All right, so this is Mr. Labonte. We are on part two of macromolecules and biological molecules in general. We're starting with this same slide, which is this idea of having monomers make a polymer. I've shown you that in relationship to carbohydrates, and now I'm going to show you that in relationship to proteins and nucleic. This principle of having dehydration synthesis or hydrolysis, putting monomers and polymers either together or apart, applies both to nucleic acids and to proteins. So you can keep that in mind. So here, these were sugars, but now they're going to be proteins. So we got those done. These are the two that we're going to be looking at in this presentation. Again, HONC, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, you'll see for proteins. They're basically all the same in terms of that. And then the thing that's a little bit different with nucleic acids is you have a phosphate that's added. So for proteins, whereas we had before mono, di, poly, the way that this works is we just have one amino acids, those are the monomers, or anywhere from 2 to in the thousands, but all the way up to 150, you get a protein. So the nomenclature changes a little bit as opposed to like one too many, you just have amino acids and proteins. Then for nucleic acids, the same idea, you have a nucleic acid and then you have either DNA or RNA. So that's how the monomers are named. Now, for proteins, there are 20 different types of amino acids, but all the amino acids have a basic background, okay? So there's two components. There's this carbon-carbon nitrogen backbone, and then there's the side chain here. The R isn't a chemical. R is just basically a variable saying there could be a bunch of things there. Now, NH2 is an amino group, so that's what that is. That should help you understand it. And if you can imagine that this hydrogen might go off and do something out into the world, which it does a lot all the time you have OHs, you should see that that would make it acidic. So that's an acid because that hydrogen is going to go off and do things. So that's why we call them amino acids. That's where the name comes from. Okay, and now how do we put amino acids together? This hopefully is going to look a little familiar. So we just showed you this carboxyl group here, or carboxylic acid. This O and H is going to bond with one of the H's of the amine group. That's going to make water, right? And then you're going to have a nitrogen bonded to a carbon here. So this nitrogen is going to bond to that carbon, and that bond is called a peptide. You will hear me refer to proteins as poly, meaning many, polypeptides. That's because of this peptide bond. And you see here, hopefully, that this is dehydration synthesis, because water is the product. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of different amino acids, and these amino acids can be combined in all sorts of ways to make proteins. Then proteins really are the bomb. Like everything that happens in the body happens because of proteins. They build and process nucleic acids, so all cellular reproduction. But it's important to know that they're not stored. If you eat a bunch of protein, you will just pee it out. So you do have to continually eat it. And then this image on the bottom, so these are just different foods with different protein amounts. These three are what's called a non-essential amino acid. So I think I'll just state these: essential, Sorry, those are essential amino acids. They must be eaten. So you cannot make them yourselves if it's an essential amino acid. If it's a non-essential amino acid, then you could make it from other things, but you have to eat your essential amino acid. All right, so here's a list of the amino acids. And what I want you to get a sense of here, remember we talked about polar and non-polar bonds, right? Well, actually, here, we'll start here. So first of all, before what we talked about was the backbone of the amino acid. So that was the nitrogen, carbon, and then what you saw here with the amino group was a C double bonded to an O, bonded to an OH. Now what you'll note here, I think, is that's an O negative, and the reason that's an O negative is because that H left, right, became a positive H, and that O became negative. So with amino acids, you'll talk about them both in terms of having that H, or the Ku-Ha, as I like to tell students. So you can think of it like Ku is when you have lost the hydrogen, and then Ku-Ha with the H would be when you still have the hydrogen. I don't know why it's not erasing. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you in terms of Ku and Ku-Ha is the way that, in terms of amino acids, is the way that they're organized. So you should see that some amino acids are basic, and this is talking about the side chains. So that's this part right here that we're talking about, not the backbone. So I'm not talking about the backbone in any of these. Hopefully you see the backbone is exactly the same for every single one of these. So that's not the part of interest. The part of interest are these things inside the purple squares. So some of them are basic. This means that they're going to be able to, generally they're going to be able to accept an H. So take an H in, an H plus ion. That's the same thing as donating an OH, right? Because that makes water. And then some of them are acidic. So these guys can donate an H plus, and you'll see they're in their donated form right now. So some of them are basic, some of them are acidic, some of them are polar. So remember, every time we see an OH molecule, we expect that we're going to have a charge here. This is oxygen carbon will have the same type of polarity. So those would be polar molecules, meaning have a charge, and have a charge, that is to say the oxygen would be more negative, they're more negative. The molecule itself will be neutral, right? It won't be an ion, but it'll have a relative charge. And you can have nonpolar molecules because the electronegativity between carbon and hydrogen is basically the same, and between hydrogen and nitrogen is basically the same. These do not have a relative charge, so these are nonpolar. You will not have to memorize any of these amino acids. The only thing I expect you to know, or want you to know, is that this is the backbone, this is the R group, that's true for all of them, and that some of them are acidic, some of them are, basic, some of them are acidic, some of them are polar, and some of them are nonpolar. All right. They can go together in 4 levels of folding, and this year you don't have to know anything about folding, so we're going to skip that. Okay, and then we're going to go on to nucleic acids. So nucleic acids, you're probably used to DNA, but there's also ribonucleic acid. And nucleic acids consist of 3 parts. So a ribose sugar, a phosphate, which is number 2 there, and a base. So those are the 3 parts. This here is a a monomer, okay? So this is the monomer. A nucleotide is a monomer. These are polymers. This one is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monomers. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably about 18 monomers. So 9 per side, right? So 18 monomers. You should hopefully have some experience at looking at the double helix. And what I really want you to get here is this 1 point. So now we're going to go back to your sugar molecule that you made. And this is now the second carbon. So on the second carbon of RNA, you have an OH molecule. On the second carbon of DNA, there is no O. Hopefully you guys see that, right? And hence the name D, meaning missing. Oxy, it's missing its oxygen, and it's a ribose sugar. So you should be pretty familiar with that. A ribose is a 5-carbon sugar. Either with or without an oxygen. Okay, and so then you have nucleic acids, and these could be DNA and RNA, and they have specific names. We'll go over those specific names when we do a transcription translation, so you have a better sense of that. But I just want you to get a general sense that these act as monomers, monomer-polymer relationships. These act as monomer-polymer relationships. These act as monomer-polymer relationships. So that's the take-home message that I have for you.